is Tanika. Thank you for joining me on this yet another conscious rant. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe.
Got the kick.
It's like when they grow up, they don't want to be with you. They be like, I'm gonna stay, thank you. I think I'll just stay. Like, you wanna go everywhere with me, now you wanna stay, stay. Go right ahead. I always kind of felt like, it's out of place. Maybe it's supposed to be out of place. So like, I just kind of leave things like that. Cause like, I'm like, I know I did what I was supposed to do to get you up in there, and you're not where you're supposed to be at. I know how that be though. Somebody put you there and like you're supposed to be there, and you're like, I left a good job in the city, bitch. Working for the man every night and day, bitch. And I never lost 1 minute of sleep. I think that's what she says. Big wheel keep on turning. Proud Mary keep on burning. I'm done. Hi. We are on a water deficit. Yes, yet again. So, yeah, it's morphing. It's a thing. It's a thing. I be looking at myself and listening to myself. I was like, when you start doing that, once again, I've been doing that. Just go back and look at the videos. Like, apparently I've been talking about being disgustingly parched for years. When you gonna start drinking some water, girl? Drink some water. Drink some water. Anyway. People be so curious, y'all. They be curious. Anybody ever told you that you have a juicy booty? Yeah. Just trying to get myself more together, that's all. So here's the thing. So here's the thing about the coconut water. Here's the thing about the coconut water is I forgot that I even had it, and it is still good. I'm done. I tried. You used to tell me we run away together. Love gives you the right to be free. You said, be patient, just wait a little longer. but that's just an old fantasy. So, this is a brief share. It's a brief share today. Look, I'm holding the camera like this because I'm trying to peep. People keep trying to come and get in the shot, get in the camera while I'm recording, and I don't want them to. So, I know you hear me, sucker. Anyway. So I think that I have just a little bit of social anxiety, which I mean, is kind of feeding, it's an issue that's kind of feeding itself because it makes me not want to get out and engage with anyone in public. Not necessarily anyone, but like a lot of people. I don't want to be out with like in a group of people. I find myself getting more like germophobia because people just like cough and sneeze in the air and they don't cover their mouths or cough into their sleeve. Or I will put my whole face in the bosom, in the shirt or the dress or the blouse, whatever. Time I try, I just break down and cry, 'cause I'd rather be home feeling blue. So I'm saving all my love for you. I remember when she recorded that. Getting to see her and that video, she was just so beautiful. Whitney Houston was so beautiful. I can put Whitney Houston's beauty, like she was just such a classy woman. She gave me Lena Horne vibes, but obviously she was significantly younger than Lena Horne. But she was just such a beautiful artist, and she did everything. She acted, she sang. Apparently she learned how to box respectfully. No, I'm probably gonna take that out because in another life I just know that we were friends, she and I. I was thinking about like whenever I was thinking about what it must be like. Like I can tell you from my experience, like when you have been turned on spiritually, when you started to awaken, it's like someone turns the fountain on and it's just on. It's pulling things, it's pulling in water and it's releasing water. It's pulling in water. It's pulling in water and filtering and then releasing the water and then releasing. Yeah. That's what it's like. And so what it must have been like, I want to apologize to my significant others who didn't know how to deal with my faucet. Actually, I don't have any apologies. See there, I got a problem with flies. These motherfuckers be letting flies in the house. And I absolutely hate it because I'm sitting up here. I can't even be in my, like, I'm in my indoors clothes. Where these flies like to land on, specifically on females, man. Landing on us and putting shit where it ain't supposed to be at, you know? She is not one of the ones who can tolerate that. It's all right. Anyway. So, another one of those, I was supposed to be going somewhere and decided not to go. Sometimes my social anxiety gets high. I find myself feeling very awkward in scenarios and situations and places that I used to not feel at all awkward. I don't know what that means. It just comes and goes. But anyway, did you guys know that they make, like, Spirit's telling me not to say that. I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to stop right there. I will say that I think that our Christ consciousness, for those whom it applies to, I think that there is I believe and I see that there is a very clear shift happening. And I see it in people's behaviors, and I hear it in their language. And, man, I hope that everybody is ready for it. I hope everyone is ready for it. I remember whenever some of the people who tapped me on the shoulder and were awakening me to my spiritual gifts. I'm so thirsty, excuse me. That's so good. But awakening me to my spiritual gifts, and some of the perspective that they lent to me, and that I see how that, along with my own personal experiences, and just me being able to see myself and sit with myself like I have been for the last few years. I see myself in others, and I get to see more of. It's like it's just my spirit has been quickened, and I appreciate that. And that's one of the things. It's like when I consider, like, well, why? How and why is this happening? This thing is coming up and going down. Like I tucked it because the straps you can tuck in or you can wear them out. I like to keep the straps out because I just don't like the appearance like I don't have anything on. But I do. This can be worn as a tube. It can be worn off the anyway, okay. So I'm done talking about that part. It is so hot in this room. Like, it does not make any sense. But I'll come back. I almost forgot what I was going to say to you guys. But it was primarily about just me talking about some of the things that I experienced and the way that people kind of helped. They assisted and aided in waking me up spiritually and evolving me spiritually. There's something that kind of stings about waking up, even though I understand that you are literally doing that. But it's like you would have to have been put to sleep. A baby doesn't come into this world, into this realm, asleep. They come in fully awake. It's quite a traumatic, tumultuous journey. And so, but I also learned, like, for the people who like to call themselves shaman, what makes a shaman a shaman? the lifelong wealth of experiences that they rely on, that kind of help mold and tune their feelers, their spiritual feelers, and their scope, so they're able to see like in depth. They can give you some in-depth perspective about things that you might be going through, things that may be to come based on your current trajectory. Who else would know better than someone that's actually lived it? And so those experiences kind of make us what we are and turn us into who we're going to become, but like specifically for this Christ consciousness and for the collective chosen. They're the people that have the gifts, yes. Everyone has a degree of spiritual gifts. There are different things and abilities that you don't even realize that's you have gifts that you're not even tapped into. When I consider the way that I've been received in my whole life, it's like these people could feel me coming, and I didn't even know about my power. I didn't know what I was capable of. And that power is based in, it's not just faith-based. It's based in integrity. It's based in morality. I was looking up I think there are like 4 or 5 different types of chosen ones. And everyone can't say that. Just because you've had some negative experiences and you've overcome some adversities, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are chosen. And I don't even want to make the distinction. But then sometimes, like obviously right now, I think that it's important to make a distinction sometimes, because of that destiny swapping and people trying to make themselves appear as things as they're not, as people and beings that they're not. I had a friend a long time ago, and I've talked about her recently, a few videos back, where we met when I was like literally 12 or 13 years old, and and she, like, from the time she met me, she would just tell me, "Tanika, you are so motherfucking beautiful." Like, I can't believe that I met somebody like you. And I was just like, are you saying that because you have no friends? Because I think that you're pretty awesome, and you don't have to say all those things to like, for me to friend you. And she was like, no, we're gonna sing together, and we're gonna become best friends. I know you think you already got, like, I guess you got 2 best friends hanging around, and she hadn't even met the other girls. But she was a seer herself. And she was just telling me every time I would, was going through something, I was trying not to talk to her, and she would be like, girl, come on over here, let's talk about your motherfucking daddy and how he's in your mama's face sometimes. You are going to overcome that, and your mama gonna be just fine. And you know something? Your daddy fine too. He just gonna have to tell y'all his story. And I was like, tell us his story. She knew. She had a knowing, and she was just a child. She was actually younger than me. So, but her scope and her lens had already been tuned. She was on her shit, man. She knew. I was so wrapped up in my trauma and the shame of it. The shame of all of it. I would just go over her house and cry. I would just lay in her bed and cry. And when I wasn't crying about my situation, I was on the phone caking with my first boyfriend or my second boyfriend. Because I had the first boyfriend that I met when I was like 11 or 12. And we were each other's first experience, several big experiences, if you know what I mean. Like by the time we hit 13. And then we were off season because he started going to junior high. And he was experiencing girls, and he was like, yeah, I haven't cheated on you with anybody. It's just a girl up the street. Every now and then she lets me, suck on her titties. You didn't hear me say that? That's what he was saying. And I was just like, that means you've cheated, and I'm not even mad, but I'm not gonna be your girlfriend. You can be over there with them. I mean, I wasn't mad. I was hurt because I was like, I thought that it was just gonna be me and you. But anyway, so when he was off doing what he was doing, then I was left just to focus on me and my sisters and my mom and my dad, and that's it. And then there was another guy that I met like maybe a year after that. So I guess I was 14 when I met this other guy, and I was just smitten by him. He was just such a sweet. He was a good kid, a sweet guy, and it's getting to know him. And I'm telling you, when at the same time that I met that guy, I met that young lady that I was singing with. She passed away here recently. When I say recently, like it's been the last couple of years. And that actually, she saw that coming and she reached out to me. She had been reaching out to me. I'm like, you just keep getting lucky. Every time I would set up a Facebook page or log back in after a temporary deactivation, she was right there, like, best friend, soul sister, soulmate. And I was just like, what are you doing on here? Anyway, I'm so grateful for her and others like her and their obedience. I believe that is what the 144,000 are. That is who they are. The people who are over, they've been entrusted with, they've been deputized to awaken the chosen ones and to awaken the world of the changes that need to be made to save it, for people to save their souls. They're the ones that are online, truth seeking and truth speaking. The ones that are telling people about the Anunnaki. The ones who are holding hands with whoever told one of the neighboring countries and superpowers to release those ancient paintings and depictions that showed Black biblical characters and figures, that shows their flesh originally painted black. The people who saw the wrong in a situation where genocide had occurred, and they spoke up to the right people to turn it around. They gathered the people. What was it, in 1st or 2nd Solomon, where was it Solomon or Samuel? It's 1st or 2nd Samuel where David was being questioned, like basically like, what, you're just a boy. What makes you think that you are, worthy or ready to take on a giant like Goliath? Like, what is that idea based on? And he responded with, well, I've been keeping my father's sheep. I've already been doing it. I've already been doing it. And so, that those of us who know, you're tending the flock. I mean, I'm serious. Just people come up to me and they just pour into me. And I will say, whenever that's not happening for me, I'm also doing that. Excuse me. I don't mean that I like go out looking for anyone. It's not like that. But when I say they just come up to me, when I see another beautiful woman, I am so quick to genuinely compliment. Oh my God, I love Hit Trust. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. I hope you know that, and I hope you feel that in and out. I hope you know that within yourself. But I almost always know when I'm talking to another person who is chosen. Out of the little 6 boyfriends that I had in my life, all of them were chosen. Because we're supposed to be, again, making each other's light brighter and reflecting each other and acknowledging each other. If I see pieces of myself in you, and those pieces make me want to get close to you, I'm not going to do anything to damage you, to injure you, or hurt you. We should be leaving things and people, each other, better than we were before we came in contact with each other. I think that is so important. And that's how I know if I'm actually being used in a situation in someone's life. Can you receive love from me? Can you accept and receive, like receive and actually accept a genuine, authentic friendship? A friendship that only required your loyalty and your respect and your lightheartedness, your transparency, your vulnerability. You didn't have to come out of pocket any money. You didn't have to make a deposit on this. You just had to, just be yourself and be open to the truth. And be willing to share your truth. Because some people kind of hold on to the truth, some of the secrets of this place that are revealed. They're revealed to specific ones of us. They're not revealed like you think you know that so that you can keep it and charge a fee to share it with the world. I mean, it's nice that people give you the money, but like what you know, you actually have a responsibility to use that information. Is there so many people that die? I'm talking, they are filthy rich. They are hidden, buried treasure rich, okay? With information. You couldn't tolerate teenagers enough to mentor to them. You couldn't tolerate men or women enough to mentor to them, to tell them, I've been where you are. Or to say, I've never been where you are, but I want you to know that you're going to be okay. And to be strong. And everyone doesn't get to, I know that you're going to be delivered from this. Everybody doesn't get that. Some people have to go through their karma. They have to live through whatever the situation calls for. And so if we are just, encouraging each other and being obedient and trying to help each other to make sure, so I don't know what the lesson is here, but I've watched you go through this 10 times. I hope that you're getting it. And I feel so silly even saying these are the things that caused me to doubt my gifts. And I know that it causes other people to doubt their gifts, because somehow people think that you got to be perfect. No, I don't think that you can be a pedophile or have an adulterous spirit trying to mentor others about sobriety and celibacy, sexual sobriety and celibacy, and about the virtue of women that you exploit. I don't anticipate that. So, I mean, that's what you take what applies, and you know what applies to you and what doesn't. The people that are being retaliated against because they literally picked a fight with someone else. There's a battle going on. There's a fight going on. But there's someone who is the aggressor, who initiated, who are throwing punches and shooting daggers and darts and shit. And then there's someone that's also fighting. They are defending themselves. That's why you have to dig beneath. Just because one person may have tears in their eyes, it doesn't necessarily mean like you have tears in your eyes because you know you're finna be found out. Versus you have tears in your eyes because your spirit is weary from unwarranted, relentless, unyielding, merciless attacks. Because God forbid you, I don't know, as an example, this is my spiritual petty, y'all, and I can own it. I know how that it's gonna come across to some people, but I'm just saying, can you tell your story in a way that Like, the truth reveals much, right? So then you don't have to use the truth.
In a perfect world,
like
the ego would not kill the situation. Also, in a perfect world, my foresight would not allow me to let it happen.
A skirt or robe to, you know, to Marilyn Monroe someone with the truth, you know, with your truth. Because it depends on why you're sharing it. Are you sharing it? Are you speaking with the intention to evolve and to assist and to help? This is way off the subject. So remember I was telling you guys about the guys that I just cut off, right? And the message that I sent a couple of weeks ago now. There's one that stood out more than the others, right? Because I want to say he stood out because he was very adamant, like, you know, pick the other guys, you know, pick someone else. After having tracked me down, he ran into me and made it a point to talk to me, made it a point to give his number to me. And then when I say he pulled all the way back, but like intuitively, I know that it's not just what he said. It's not just for the reasons that he gave me. Insecurity causes us to show up other than what we are. You can't even really gauge if you have an organic or authentic connection with someone that you haven't even introduced them to your actual self. They've sadly met your representative. I keep hitting my fuck self. Ah! I got these little scars that look like acid burns all over me. I know that it's because of the damn flies. The nephews came over here and had the doors open, and I sleep very scantily. I sleep in indoors clothes. It's a lot of skin exposed, and I'm seeing these little bitty, like, I didn't have that before. Like, it's, anyway. So instead of just showing up and realizing, that I liked him just like he was, and there's something about the interaction that it ignited or engaged the competition within the heart of someone. Late, maybe? I mean, it's past tense now. But I'm just saying. Anyway. And then I really be looking at it, I'd be like, so like, I'm looking at something, I don't know what it is. Like, I see it's something that's different. Like, what is it about you? What am I looking at? Is it your face? What am I looking at? I have to catch myself. Oh yeah, that was the weekend that they had that bar. They happened to have all beef hot dogs, right? All beef hot dogs. Like, I see it. But no, because in the other recording, like, you was fasting, remember? That was Ramadan. I really just be looking at myself when I'm editing the videos. What is different? Okay, I'm done. Though I try to resist being last on your list, but no other man's gonna do. So I'm saving all my love for you. Right from the laundry room, leggage. Okay, I'm done.